Hello everyone, welcome back to another beautiful Toyota 3.4 swap. In today's video, we're doing the final touch up on the 3.4. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it off the engine stand so we can go ahead and service the rear main seal, along with the installation of the flywheel and the clutch and the crossover. Last time when I did this, I installed the crossover while it was on the stand. Don't do that or else you'll risk damaging it. So make sure you take the engine off the stand, install your crossover, your clutch, your rear main seal, and all that fun stuff on the back end. This was pretty simple. One mistake I did do was I was in a rush last night and I went ahead and added some oil, so I ended up having to drain that old oil or the new oil. I did went ahead and drain it into a clean container, so we'll go ahead and reuse it, but don't pour any oil until you do the rear main seal, because if you do open up that rear main seal, there's a good chance that you might have an oil leak coming from the rear end. So don't add oil yet until you're finished with the rear main seal. But for the most part, this is pretty simple. Don't forget to also crank the torque bolt, the crank bolt. So make sure you go ahead and torque the crank bolt. I believe it's 184 foot-pound for the 5EZE. So lots of fun stuff. Enjoy the video. I'll go ahead and shoot some time lapse. This is very time consuming and time focusing, so I didn't film too much of myself talking. But for the most part, lots of visuals and everything is pretty much smooth and sailing from here on. I just removed the rear main seal housing, put a new rear main seal, Toyota OEM only. Always go with Toyota, part number 90311 Alpha 0027. The rear main seal is the same for 3.0 and 3VZE and 5VZE, same style or same sizes. So now we're gonna go ahead and put some black RTV gasket, put this up. This thing will cure overnight, and then we'll still be able to install the flywheel, clutch, and etc, etc. So super fun. I wire brushed it, clean it, and it's all nice and clean, so ready to go. Here it is. The rear main seal is complete. New clutch, new 3/4 flywheel bolts, new flywheel. The flywheel is made by Luke, and then the clutch kit itself is ASIN. I didn't realize that the ASIN clutch kit comes with a throwout bearing, but since this is a 3/4 clutch, this throwout bearing is probably not the right one. But I already went ahead and got a new 3.0 throwout bearing. I didn't tell you guys, but I did install the throwout bearing already, and also I went ahead and put a new 3.0 slate cylinder. So everything's gonna need to be bleed. The brake system, the clutch system, the power steer system. But that's pretty much it. I have to install the crossover pipe, and then we can pretty much put this bad boy into the truck. I'm just double checking, going over my work real quick, make sure I don't forget anything. But I think that's it, fellas. We did an amazing job. Wow, it's been such a fun journey since we started this project. You know, it's just an amazing journey. I try to do these projects maybe once a year only, just because it takes so much time, and I apologize in advance for posting nothing but just automotive video. You guys know my channel. My channel is a mix of my life, Anchorage, a little bit of drama here and there. But then this whole 2 weeks, you know, has been nothing but automotive video. So if you guys are looking for like Anchorage video, stay tuned. I want to knock this project out first. We'll get back into our fun adventures. Summertime, fishing, camping, family. So I apologize in advance to anyone that's like, oh, why are you uploading nothing but car videos? I didn't subscribe for that. Stay tuned, guys. I'll update you guys soon. I want to finish this job, because car projects, if you delay it, procrastinate it, oh, I'll get it done next week, I'll get it done next week, it just goes on, and I'm not those type of people. When I start a project, I want to get it done. I'm not gonna start a project if I'm not gonna make the time commitment or don't have the funds for it. And some people are like that. They start a project and they do it a little bit, whether it's money or time. But for me, I want to boom, knock it out. So I want to get this done because this is my truck. I am gonna use this as a daily truck. Since we bought this house, I need a truck to pull to do truck things. I have my Land Cruiser and I have my utility trailer, but it's such a hassle just hauling that when it's something small. That's the reason why. So right now everything's done. This motor is done from day 1 to day 2, day whatever now. I think it's been over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, but everything is finished. We just have some small things coming in, sensor, gaskets, stuff like that, tubing and stuff like that. Nothing important. Everything is done. Crossover, everything's been torqued down. Make sure you mark it so you know for sure. 33 foot-pounds for these nuts here. Man, so clean, so nice. All right, so I took a quick lunch break. My belly is full right now. I didn't eat too much because I didn't want to get bloated, but right now, it's time to get it going, guys. We are gonna start the job. We're gonna drop this motor in. This right here, I think I need to cut off. I think last time I cut it off, but I'm gonna go get that grinder and cut that off real quick because we don't need that no more. It's just gonna do something or do something else. These are all the power steering line. I wrapped them in Ziploc just so that water doesn't get to it. And if I can get that. And that's the fuel line down there that's wrapped up. But yep. I went ahead and did an ADD CV bolts. I replaced the 2 bolts with the easy ones, studs with the easy ones. Oil put in there. I went ahead and got a new idler arm. The other one was still good actually. It was just rusty. But anyways, I went and got a new one. And then ace and hubs. So without further ado, let's get it going. for the sake of time, this right here took me about 1 hour, a little bit more than 1 hour, I believe, just myself. I had to really jiggle the engine back and forth, flip it back and forth, try different mounting point. I was really having a hard time getting it into the output shaft on the transmission, and that's the trickiest part. You have to line it up with that shaft. So we went back and forth, like I think over 15 plus times, up and down, left and right. And like I said, this is preferably best done with at least 2 people. For the best time, at least 3 to 4 people. But this is just myself, so I took about 1 hour, and I was getting frustrated at a time, and I had to step back for a second. I had to go down under the engine, mess with it a little bit, and then finally I was able to get it in there. But like I said, when you're doing this, you definitely want to have at least 2 people, or at least have 3 or 4 people. But again, during this time here, it was just myself, one-man job, but I was able to get it in there. But like I said, I really had to finesse it for about at least 1 hour, and it started sprinkling rain, and I'm like, oh man, it was raining. But for the most part, like I said, I got it done right here, so enjoy. Took much longer than I thought putting the engine back in. I was having trouble lining up the output shaft into the crank, and it was just, I fought it for over 1 hour plus maybe, but man, it took for a while, but we got it in. Finally got it in. It started raining a little bit halfway through, but nothing big. I got the motor in. It's all bolted up, or at least the engine mount is bolted, and then I got one bolt on each of the bell housing on each side. I gotta put the rest of the bell housing up or in. But there it is, the 94 has its new motor. It has its new motor. It's inside the garage, and we're gonna slowly button everything up from here on. Not gonna show you guys too much because it's pretty much easy from here on. If you can get to this step here, then it's pretty much easy. So I'll go ahead and recap once I'm finished. Here's what I got done today. Engine's in, battery EVAT box mounted up. I'll go through all the details and all the routing later on once everything's finalized and finished. But for the most part, this is what it looks like. I still have to build a negative wire from negative battery down to the ground engine. So that's easy to do. I'll go ahead and do that at last. Everything is nicely in there. Still waiting for that cam sensor. Should be here in a couple days. And also went ahead and ordered a new radiator. So that should be here soon too as well. Next couple days. This is where the ECU will go. Gotta mount the intake box. The harness that goes into the firewall to the body. Along with a new groundment. Igniter is bolted down by one bolt. Couldn't use another bolt, but it's sturdy enough. It doesn't go nowhere. Super sweet. This right here goes to the intake, the cold air intake. Toy only swap. They provide a new hose, so I'm probably gonna use a new one. This one here is pretty old and hard, so I'll probably go ahead and trash that one and use a new one. So this is it right here, guys. This will go ahead and conclude today's video. We got a lot of stuff done today. I did went down and bolt up all the bell housing, and I found out that I was missing. When I was tearing up the 3.0, I must have forgot, but the inspection plate on the bottom of the bell housing, I don't have that one anymore. I have this one here. This one is for the 3.4. This one was off the 3.4 motor, and this one doesn't fit the transmission. So I gotta go search my parts bin and find a inspection plate, because it's nice to just have that cover up. But for the most part, thanks for watching, guys. I'll keep you guys posted. We should have a first start hopefully by this Thursday or this weekend, so next 2-3 days. Pretty stoked about it, and just really nice to have the truck back in the garage. It's a nice garage queen, my garage queen beauty. And here's the muffler. I'll probably go ahead and mount this up tomorrow too as well, just so that's out of the way, because that can get mounted on the bottom, and then the exhaust will build that at last. But for the most part, everything's pretty awesome. 165 miles, 65,000 miles. Super amazing. I love this truck. I haven't even driven this truck since I bought it, and I already love it. Oh, I drove it once. I drove it once from the back side of my house into my garage, and that's about it. But for the most part, man, I'm super stoked. 33s, ace and hub. Catch you guys next time. Catch you guys on the next bill. Love ya. Bye-bye.